Pedal Goose, Ulysses,
Add Drake move,
Denji,
Toad, Joe Goes, Add Carry, literally rock, add Andy the Stark,
I show speed.
No, I don't think I will.
You know, every time I listen to your heartfelt suggestions that you have spent crafting for weeks and months, or just YouTube comments about giving your wonderful opinions and thoughts about my game, I just think to myself, holy fucking shit, you guys are so fucking lame. All of your ideas are so fucking trash that every time I read them, I just feel like turning off my computer and going to bed. Is there really a point in me reading these suggestions that are just so bad, they hurt my brain? All of you are extremely talentless, and I hate you all. Okay, so the absolute first thing I did was I added console support. These buttons I made in Photoshop, that's all you really need to know. Console support is a really big pain in the ass to make. If you want to reach high numbers of players on your Roblox game, you need to make it as accessible as possible. Just by adding console support, you'll gain way more players. And speaking of making things more accessible, I also added mobile support. So now you don't need to go in the comments and tell me, guys, please add mobile support. Because, you know, you guys just say that too much. On a side note, my Discord server blew up after the video came out, and the chats look like this. So this is why you can't post GIFs and stuff anymore. I'm sure you can see the issue. But yeah, my Discord's down in the description, so you can join. There's a bunch of stuff there to do with the game. Pretty helpful place to be. Sometimes I host game nights and stuff there. I also talk about game updates and what I'm going to be doing. Anyways, I started work on the chopping block rework. I talked about this last video, showing off kind of what the animation looks like, but this is me actually implementing it into the game. After I'd finished the logic, I started making some VFX, and once that was done, I started making some sound effects, using a new software I picked up called Reaper. I'm relatively new to making sound effects, but I think what I made does the job, and hopefully the attack looks pretty cool. On September 20th, I started working on a new move, the one with the controversial name Birth Control. You'll see what it does in a bit. I decided to take a minor Deep Woken excursion so that I could think up some better ideas, and the Deep Woken break lasted maybe a little bit too long, but that's fine. And I was still working during the Deep Woken break, just not as much. It's kind of funny because some days I'm capable of making multiple moves, and then others I do like 17 minutes of messing around with a particle. There's really no telling how much work I'll do in one day. I also made this really gross sound effect. Also, after a poll, I changed it from 2 punches and a kick to just the kick. I started work on my first emote, Wajisan, which is the dance from the opening of Uncle from Another World. At the moment, this isn't even really in the game, but it did take me 3 hours, because I'm not that good at animating, and I use making emotes as a way to practice my animations, without wasting time on making useless garbage that I'm not going to use. Emote quality isn't actually that really important for a lot of people, so it is a really good place to get better at it, if that makes sense. Also, I just really wanted to animate the dance. On September 30th, I started experimenting with some new GUI stuff, and had enough fun with it that I decided to completely remake the GUI for Altercations. Because the old one really was just like low-budget JJS. I personally don't like that every single Battlegrounds follows the same format of just this like very simple awakening bar. You've got your moves at the bottom. Top left is all of your top bar plus stuff. I feel like it really takes away from the creativity of what a UI is. Because UI artists and UI design in general can be really advanced. And it's the place where most creativity actually shines for a lot of these games, because of how limited you are with the space. You'll have to excuse my poor pixel art skills, but this is kind of the best I can do. So the new HUD has a real Deep Woken feel to it, I guess, but just the feel of the HUD is nicer. And during this I decided I'm going to make every single HUD asset something to look at. Instead of just being top bar plus, I do like the idea of character selections actually being character selections, shops being, you know, decently interactive screens, and so on and so forth. And I think it was pretty worth doing because this is a nice HUD. I do like my HUD a lot, you know? Not to suck my own fucking cock, but I think it's okay. It's pretty good.
Bizaah, I haven't posted in a year now. Please, I'm begging you, post!
Listen, I gotta record it. It takes time. Listen, you dumb sack of shit. Tell your parents you're a disappointment. Anyway, the first video took like a month and a half or 2 months to record. Why do you expect the second one to come out any sooner? Hey, are you excited for part 2 of the Battlegrounds thingy?
Oh, Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, shut up. Actually, no, someone get this guy. Anyway, small side note, I started playing Yomi Hustle, which has given me like 100 good ideas for attacks, so, go play this game. It's really sick. Anyways, I began progress on the emote system, which is one of the most crucial things in any Battlegrounds game, to be fair, as this is the main thing that you're going to be kind of spending your time to get. Also, I started training my friend on how to build. So for some buildings in the future, they will be assisted or completely made by Tibbet, which I mentioned last video a little bit, I believe. Now, obviously, he'd been helping me build for quite a while, but at this point is where he genuinely started making buildings that were not complete ass. So in the future, you'll probably see more made by him. He is unpaid and is going to remain that way for the rest of eternity as he lives in my basement, making Altercations map. I also started working on improving the VFX by just adding a few extras and even completely changing some of them. I quickly made an emote for the I'm You scene in Jujutsu Kaisen, and then started work on my masterpiece, the single best animation I've ever created in my entire life. I am genuinely so impressed with myself for this animation. I do not care if people say it's crap, I do not care if people do not like it. This is my favorite thing I've animated ever. I made VFX for it, I made my own sound effect for it, and I reimagined the famous Agamatsu rising into the sky to create single-handedly my favorite Battlegrounds emote ever. And I said the Rail Brothers suck their own dicks. And without further ado, here it is.
If I'm getting eaten by the parasites, it should be like... I should be rising in the sky. And then, boom, I get the bell. New layer 2 bell.
Yep, that's 4.5 hours well spent. I did also start coding the logic for the emote wheel so that you could select the emotes, which I probably should have done first, but I don't know. Then I added Hollow Nuke to the game. Then I added an emote, which is a reference to Jamiroquai, the creator of Virtual Insanity. I technically started working on this way before I'm showing, but this is me finishing one of the new buildings, the Kebab Shop, which is based on a boss man kebab, which is a very specific British term that me and my friend talk about quite a lot. But it's basically just a Turkish kebab shop. And the building turned out so nicely, it made me want to change all the other buildings on the map. So I completely remade the iconic Bazaar office from zero. And I think it turned out so much better, as this looks like a genuine building now, compared to whatever the fuck the old one was. Overall, I think that the details I've added to places like the kebab shop do really sell Altercations as a different kind of game. And I am trying my best to give Altercations a unique art style. So hopefully you guys see that, and appreciate the hard work that goes into every single building, even if they're only really there to be destroyed. So basically, if you are leaned forward slightly, even if it's an animation, like not even if it's like the physics engine stuff, right? If it's your animation that leans you forward slightly, you cannot climb up ladders. So you'd have to stop the animation, then walk forward to climb it. That is so fucking stupid. How do the Roblox team fuck it up this fucking hard? How retarded can you be? Anyways, I had been delaying an open test for absolutely weeks. So I hopped in a game with my friend to check if console was working correctly, and made sure every system was functioning as it was meant to. I did some minor adjustments to the map, like making it a little bigger, added some walls so it wasn't as easy to chuck people off as it was last time, and finally, Altercations was ready for its second open test. Which, if you're watching this video as soon as it comes out, the open test should still be open. You should still be able to join the game, although I can't promise there will be people there playing, but if there's not, you can always ask people in the Discord. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 of them would come and join you. But since Altercations is still very early development, there isn't really that much to do, so of course there's not going to be that many players. But as soon as the open test did start, there definitely was a lot of people on the game, and it was very fun. This guy's hunting me down, bro. Does anyone actually have good ping here? This is an American server. I cannot play on this. It just shows how well Altercations works, you know? EU, and I'm playing on American servers. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Just to start destroying it.
I'm good.
Why no parkour? Parkour takes time to add.
Fuck you, dude.
Oh my god. I missed. Somebody can get a hell, like a ton of kills right now if they knock people off.
Yeah, that's what people in chat think. There was hackers in the game already.
There's hackers in Altercations already?
Already?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes!
Ow, ow,
First emote! First emote! Thank you to everyone that came to the open test, and thanks to the people who've been making really funny memes about it. I enjoyed watching it a lot. If you guys like this entry to Altercations, and you'd like to see me make more, make sure you subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments. I'll read them. If you think I haven't read them, I promise you, no, I most certainly have read what you've put. Tone down the stupidity. And if you have any suggestions and character concepts that, although I do read them, I probably won't use, do it in my Discord, because there's a lovely channel called Community specifically for that. Altercations is going to continue to receive updates, so expect the next video in another month, maybe? Another 2 months? I don't know. I take a long time sometimes, don't I? But yeah, thank you all for watching. This is Altercations Man, and Altercation.